to chat with you today because you got big things coming up. You're going to be performing Saturday of Boston Calling, which is
Mhm.
obviously a huge deal. I want to get into all of that, but maybe we could start with the basics. Could you talk a little bit about your story and how you got into making music?
Of course, of course. Okay, so let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
My father introduced me to music at a very young age. I used to take piano lessons around the age of 6. He had me attending elementary schools and charter schools that specifically tailored to my creative thinking, and I was forced to do a lot of creative writing for homework. Like from K2 to second grade, I went to the Elliott. Then I went to Catholic school, and then as I got to high school, I want to say around at the age of 12, that's when I started rapping for sure. Like that was the initial moment that I decided to rap. My cousin that I was living with at the time, his name is Alexis. He was rapping. I would hear him rapping before I went to sleep in the other room. So that kind of planted the bug in me. And then I would go to my cousin's house and watch, and they would have MTV Jams and BT Jams playing on their TV. So that kind of installed the whole whoa, like this is what that looks like on television. And then from there, I got my first rap battle in the fourth grade against this fifth grader. And yep. The verse that I rapped wasn't even my rap. It was a 50 Cent song. The second verse in Disco Inferno I used, and
Love
I
it.
won. And it was that moment in the fourth grade that I was like, you know what? That wasn't even my song, but I can do this. The fact that my whole grade and above believed that this is my stuff, I'm gonna push forward with it. And then from there, freshman year in high school came, sophomore year, that's when I decided to have my first mixtape, and I was selling my first mixtape in high school. And then at 18, I got my first management deal, my first introduction to the industry, got introduced to a bunch of major label artists, independent artists, got the chance to be on Sebastian Michael. I don't know if you guys are aware of Sebastian Michael, but he was with Slip and Slide Records and Atlantic Records, was on like 5 songs on his first album. Got to co-write his single that amassed over close to 10 million streams on Spotify. Then I got the opportunity to co-write and co-produce another one of his singles. Now both singles landed on Billboard last year, so I'll be getting my first 2 plaques this year. And yeah, it's just like since 18, I'll be 27 in May. I just been grinding really hard. I'm the own CEO of my own label. I'm independent, work for myself,
Yes.
and that's kind of how we landed Boston Calling. Really, it was a that's how I can say we landed Boston Calling and everything else, just from consistency. Really.
Yes, consistency is always key. And I might argue that you've been grinding since even before 18 because it's so cool that your dad
Yeah.
had that intuition to put you in schools like that, that kind of fostered your creativity. That's so dope.
Right.
Started
Right. I
from a
think of
young
that
age.
too.
Yep.
I think of that all the time because it runs in our family. Like we on my dad's side, we come from a very musical family. So the fact that he listened to his intuition, like you said, to guide me, even if it was something I didn't choose to do, he still opened the door for the opportunity and that potentiality that I could possibly love music, and
Yes.
it just worked out.
And here we are today, right? I'm so glad it did. At the end of last year, you dropped your latest project, Four Agreements. What inspired this EP for you?
Mm. So the inspiration behind Four Agreements came from me really just wanting to have, first of all, the records that are on Four Agreements are some of my favorite records. And This Ain't the Way, that's the first song. That was the most recent song I made. This Ain't the Way and Toast to the Game were the only 2 songs that came from 2022. The other 2 songs, 24 Years and Freedom to the World. Freedom to the World is from 2020, and 24 Years is from I want to say 2019.
Oh
But
wow.
all those records collectively, I felt where I am now in my career and where I am spiritually and mentally, I wanted to remind the world of a aspect of who I am. Um, I do love to rap. I do love to sing and do everything else musically, but this project I wanted it to represent where I am. Like and it's my this is me stamping. Don't forget I can rap, y'all. I'm a you know what I'm saying? At heart I rap. So that's kind of how I looked at Four Agreements. And on a spiritual level, it for me it was like my coming of age and being aware of what I know I deserve and what I'm willing and attracting into my reality.
Yes, I love that. I noticed earlier this week you had posted some behind the scenes footage of a visual that you're creating. Does it have anything to do with the album, or can you give us a little sneak peek of what that's all about?
I'll give you a sneak peek. So that visual was behind the scenes footage of a project that my homie John Glass. I don't know if you guys have heard of John Glass, but that's one of my bros. We have a single coming out for Valentine's Day, so it was just a visual to go along with the single. In preparation for we have like some projects coming out and albums coming out later on this year, so that's just what you guys were watching and getting a loop in on.
Yes, that's exciting. Even more music to look forward to from
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
Let's talk Boston Calling a little bit. You're from Roxbury. How did it feel being from the city and then getting told you're going to be put on this lineup?
Let me tell you, it was very, I don't even want to say surreal. I wasn't even surprised, to be honest, subconsciously, because last year and just how my life has been moving lately, it's like if I generally, if it's my heart's desire to want to do something, it's gonna happen.
Yes.
So I remember last year and the years prior seeing Boston Calling happening and looking at the stages and walking by when the festival was over. So I'm seeing the remnants of what just occurred and just being like, you know what, I'm looking forward to the moment that I can be on stage like this. And still on my phone screen, I changed it now, but for the longest time I had oh no, I didn't change it. I don't even know if you can see it, but um so pretty much on my phone screen, you can't really see it, but it's a stage, just like Woodstock. It's a Woodstock festival thing. I've had this as my screensaver since high school.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's kind of just all, you know, in divine timing. It's like moving in the direction that I'm in. So it was a very warm, affirming moment when I got the email.
I love to hear that because I am a very much big believer in that type of mentality as well. What's meant for you will come, and you just got to keep moving toward that goal. And here you are.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. Have you started planning out your performance yet?
Yeah, I mean, me and my team, we got the track list. We have the songs that we're gonna attack on. I'm gonna host some auditions for some background vocalists and a dance crew. So that's also in the works. And then we're gonna start rehearsing. So yeah, at least mentally we've been preparing, but physically we're in the works.
That's awesome. It's so cool that you're gonna have dancers too. I can't wait to see that.
I know. I'm like, yo, this is I have to have something extra with this performance because it you know it's Boston Collins. So
Yes.
yeah, this is my first time having a dance crew for a performance. Usually it's just me and the band.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this moment.
That's gonna be really fun. What other artists on the lineup are you really excited to see out there?
Okay. Paramore.
Yes, of course.
Paramore classics from when I was growing up, hearing them on Kiss 108. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know them by the songs. I
That's
don't know the
fair.
names by their names, but I'm gonna just say for now, Paramore. Paramore, I'm looking forward to watching. And
That's a great
also
answer.
the other artists that are on my for Saturday when I perform,
Yes.
like I'm definitely gonna stay behind to just pick up on the years of hearing these songs on the radio and for the chance to see it in real life.
Totally.
Now I'm gonna just say Paramore, Paramore.
Yeah, I mean, great choice. I actually got to interview Brandy Blaze a few weeks ago, who's also on the lineup, and she said you are the person she's looking forward to seeing most. So you got to say what up to Brandy out there.
Wow, wow, that's mad love, man. I love Brandy. We the home. That's the homie.
Yes.
We definitely shared a stage together recently last year. That was so exciting. Like we was backstage. She had to go on for her song, and we was talking. Like it was at Paradise Rock Club, and yeah, she has a beautiful spirit, and I love her music, and yeah, that's I love Brandy Billies. I'm Team
Yeah.
Brandy all the way.
Hell yeah. I love that both you are on the lineup. It's going to be just good vibes at Boston Calling this year. Outside of
Absolutely.
that scenario, are there any artists who are on your dream list to collaborate with someday, if we can manifest it?
Oh, thank you. This is what's gonna happen, right? I'm gonna do projects with Masego. Gonna do albums with Anderson .Paak,
Mhm.
Bruno Mars, Thames. I'll even get records from my favorite artists and the legends like Busta Rhymes, Ye, 50, all the greats. I'm gonna have like I'm definitely gonna have sessions with them. um, and with the great singers as well as because I'm a songwriter as well. So like even through that lane, every artist I've ever looked up to and listened to that's still alive, we're gonna be in cahoots with each other and working together. Um, so I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna say that. Those the three specific ones though, Masego and Anderson .Paak. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah.
Great choices. Both great choices. And it's just going to happen. It's a matter of time.
Her. I love her.
Yes.
Yeah. Miss
Yes.
Diggle, Anderson .Paak, her. Mark my word. What day
Yes.
is today? Today is
February 8th.
February 8th,
Mhm.
3/11.
Yes.
Watch. Y'all are the first hot rated. Y'all are the first to witness.
I love it. And now I have it on recording. So there's no other way, really, at the end of the day. That's awesome. In addition to making music, I saw you're also co owner of something called Earth Life. Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about Earth Life?
So me and my wife, we have a vegan catering business called Earth Life, and basically what our mission is to replenish and revitalize the what we consider the norm of healthy eating. And we just want to introduce, alternatives for baby food, vegan baby food that you don't have to rely on outsourcing. You can either farm it on your own or just look for better products in your local convenience stores to eat with the family. And we do catering services, we do meal plans, meal preps. If you just want to eat on Friday because you didn't cook and you gotta, you want something very, very full and full of sustenance,
Yep.
Earth Life.
Earth Life. I think that's so cool. That's awesome that you get to do it with your wife as well. That's kind of special.
Yes, yes.
Amazing.
There's no better way of doing business with your own life partner.
That's
So
it.
yeah.
That's it. Well, I know you're a busy man between that and music, but what are all your goals and plans for the rest of 2023?
Great question. So what I'm working on now is I'm working on my community give back at this point. So I've been curating and chiseling at so I have a hip hop workshop, right? And the goal and what I'm working towards doing is having my workshop throughout all schools in the city. I went to Latin Academy, so working through my high school, starting off first with my high school, and then branching off to nationwide. So this year's focus is really to just expand and continue to spread seeds and collaborating with artists and collaborating with other business people, entrepreneurs, and building a legacy. Really,
Yes.
that's every year. Really.
That's what it's all about, right?
Mhm.
I love that you're doing those workshops as well because it feels a little bit full circle since you kind of started young and
Yep.
doing those types of things as a kid. It's really nice that you're bringing that to other people so they can
Right.
start early too. That's
Exactly.
super dope.
Exactly. Hmm.
Well, last but not least, Najee, here in the state of Maine, our state motto is the way life should be. So I need to know, according to you, what is the way life should be?
Life should be fluid.
Yeah.
Life should be beautiful. It should be a representation of how you feel about yourself. It should be a representation of what your inner and outer realities reflect. I don't want to say life should be easy, but life should be understanding. It should be it should be something that you never take for granted. Um, Life is love. Life is it should be peaceful, you know. I could go on with that's such a great question, but I'll leave it at those.
That was a perfect answer, and I agree. I like that differentiation between easy and understanding
Mhm.
because I couldn't agree more. That's awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, Najee. We can't wait to see you at
Thank
Boston Calling.
you. Thank you. I appreciate the call. I appreciate y'all reaching out. Um, and yeah, I'm grateful. Thank you again. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in the future or anytime y'all want to interview, whatever the case may be. I have further upcoming projects coming up. I would love to share some music with y'all, maybe get some shows going in Maine or whatever the case may be. We're locked in. So
Absolutely. I love it. We're friends now, so you can't get away from me. Awesome, Najee. Sounds great. You take care.
okay, you too. Have a great day.
Bye. You too.